Welcome, traveler, to Bedtime Travel Stories, your gateway to tranquil journeys across the globe. Unwind with our soothing tales and let your imagination roam free as you drift into peaceful sleep. Welcome, traveler. As twilight descends over the rolling landscape of Berkshire, the majestic silhouette of Windsor Castle cuts a striking figure against the evening sky. Established in the 11th century by William the Conqueror, this royal residence has stood the test of time, witnessing nearly a millennium of British history. Its towering battlements and expansive grounds speak of its enduring role as both a fortress and a home, hosting monarchs and their retinues through centuries of tumult and triumph. Nestled beside the tranquil flow of the River Thames, Windsor Castle claims the title of the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. Its walls, built with the labor of medieval masons, enclose stories of royal ambitions, festive gatherings, and the solemn traditions of the British monarchy. As the evening light fades, the castle's ancient stones seem to glow, reflecting the last golden rays of the sun and casting long shadows across the lush gardens. Within these historic walls, the state apartments offer a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of its royal inhabitants. Adorned with priceless artworks, sumptuous tapestries, and ornate furnishings, each room is a testament to the castle's role as a showcase of royal prestige and artistic patronage. These chambers, often filled with the sounds of state banquets and official receptions, continue to echo with the pageantry of the past. Windsor Castle is not just a static monument, but a living piece of history. Throughout the year, it serves as a venue for ceremonial events that maintain the customs of the monarchy. From the pomp of state visits to the intimate ceremonies held in the private chapels, the castle remains at the heart of royal traditions, its routines unchanged by the passage of time. As we wander through the castle's vast corridors and grand halls, the weight of history is palpable. Each stone and artifact tells a story, from medieval sieges and royal conspiracies to moments of national celebration and mourning. The castle has adapted through generations, its architecture evolving from wooden fortifications to the imposing stone fortress seen today, mirroring the changing tides of English history. Among its many treasures, St. George's Chapel stands out as a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. This regal chapel, with its soaring arches and stained glass windows, serves as the spiritual home of the Order of the Garter, the senior order of British chivalry. It is here that knights and ladies are honored in a spectacle of tradition and pageantry that ties the present to the medieval past. Beyond the stone walls and beneath the fluttering banners, the castle grounds sprawl across the countryside. These meticulously maintained gardens and parklands are a sanctuary of natural beauty, offering a peaceful retreat from the grandeur of the royal halls. The seasonal blooms and ancient oaks provide a serene backdrop for visitors and royals alike, a place for quiet reflection away from the public eye. As night falls, the castle takes on an ethereal quality. The walls that have stood sentinel over England's history now rest under the watchful gaze of the stars. The hustle of the day gives way to a profound quiet, a silence that speaks of centuries of vigilance. It is in these quiet moments that the true soul of Windsor Castle is felt most keenly, a steadfast guardian of the nation's heritage. Let this be the place where we pause, enveloped by the gentle rustle of the Thames and the soft whispers of centuries past. At Windsor Castle, the corridors of time are not sealed away in dusty tomes. but flourish in the very air we breathe. As twilight deepens, casting shadows over this ancient fortress, we are called to tread softly each step, a verse in the ongoing poem of this regal residence. In the quiet corners of its sprawling gardens, the past emerges not as a shadow, but as a companion. Here, the dialogue between yesteryear and today thrives, nurtured by the very stones that have stood firm through Britain's turbulent history. It's a place where one can almost hear the echoes of royal decrees and the laughter of monarchs echoing through the halls. Windsor Castle, a tapestry woven with the threads of conquests and coronations, invites us to listen carefully. It beckons us to uncover the tales of knights and queens who have shaped not just a nation, but the fabric of the Western world. With each revealed narrative, the castle's walls, built on the victories and trials of those who walked before us, stand not just as barriers, but as the keepers of history. Here, battles fought and won are remembered, not with the clanging of swords, but through silent tributes etched in stone, and the solemn rituals of the royal chapel. The legacy of these hallowed grounds is kept alive not just in the grandeur of state ceremonies, but in the quiet moments of reflection they inspire. This castle is not merely an artifact to be observed, but a living entity to be experienced. It is an enduring legacy, a beacon of the past, inviting us to dream deeply of the days when knights roamed these grounds and queens orchestrated the destiny of a kingdom from behind these imposing walls. Let Windsor Castle be a gateway to the past, a bridge to the yesteryears, where the spirits of historical figures roam freely, their stories interwoven with the threads of modern visitors' dreams. It is a reminder that history is not static, but a vibrant, living force that continues to shape the future. As the stars begin to pepper the sky above, Windsor Castle, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight, stands not only as a structure but as a sanctuary of dreams. Here, the ancient and the eternal meet, offering a space where the past is honored and the future is embraced. In this enduring guardian of heritage, each tower, each turret, resonates with the strength of the ages, whispering tales of endurance and reminding us of the timeless resilience of human endeavor. So let us pause here, at the threshold of history, where the whispers of the Thames and the legacy of Windsor Castle converge, inviting us to reflect, to appreciate and to dream, ensconced in the embrace of an enduring past. Windsor Castle has served as a royal residence for over 1,000 years, a living symbol of the British monarchy's continuity and tradition. Its sturdy walls and elegant halls have housed monarchs for a millennia, each leaving their mark on this grand edifice. From state functions to private moments, the castle has witnessed the personal and political dramas that have shaped England's history. The grandeur of Windsor is most apparent in the state apartments, a series of opulent rooms designed for official engagements and royal hospitality. Adorned with works by Van Dyck and Rubens, these rooms are a showcase of royal taste and the Crown's immense art collection. Here, gold leaf and silk wallpaper reflect the flickering light of massive chandeliers, casting a warm glow on gatherings of dignitaries and heads of state. At the heart of the state apartments lies St. George's Hall, rebuilt in the Gothic style after a devastating fire in 1992. This vast hall, with its intricately carved ceiling, is often the setting for state banquets. The long tables, set with glittering silver and fine china, can accommodate up to 160 guests, each meal a masterpiece of culinary excellence and royal protocol. Adjacent to the lavish public spaces, are the more intimate private apartments where the monarch spends many of their private weekends. These rooms, although less grandiose, are no less beautiful, reflecting the personal tastes of the reigning monarch and providing a sanctuary from the demands of public life. It's in these personal spaces that the sovereign can relax amidst family portraits and personal mementos. A home within a palace. Windsor has also been a child's wonderland, especially during the reign of Queen Victoria, who spent much of her childhood here. The castle's corridors, once the playground of royal children, echo with the laughter of princes and princesses who have played among its grand staircases and hidden alcoves. These young royals have grown up under the watchful eyes of painted ancestors, educated and molded to one day take their place in history. The library at Windsor is another highlight, a treasure trove of rare books and manuscripts collected over centuries. Here, scholars and monarchs alike have studied the weighty tomes that line the oak shelves. This collection includes priceless works like Shakespeare's First Folio and original drawings by Leonardo da Vinci, a testament to the royal family's role as patrons of the arts and sciences. Even the smaller details of Windsor Castle speak volumes about its royal occupants. The intricate clocks scattered throughout, for example, are not just functional. They are works of art, many made by celebrated craftsmen of their time. These timepieces, meticulously maintained, measure the passing of eras, their chimes marking the rhythm of royal life through the ages. The castle's exterior is as imposing as its interior is exquisite. The round tower, visible from miles around, is a classic image of medieval strength, standing guard over the old moat. Climbing the tower provides visitors with breathtaking views of the castle grounds and the surrounding countryside, a strategic vantage point that has been crucial in times of siege and celebration. In the serene embrace of Windsor Castle, the gardens unfold like a living tapestry, each thread woven with the diligence of centuries. These grounds are not merely an extension of the castle's grandeur, but a realm unto themselves, where the art of horticulture reaches royal heights. Each lawn, meticulously manicured, mirrors the precision of a regal procession, while the flower beds burst in a riot of colors, defiant against the stoic gray of ancient stones. The gardens serve as a sanctuary, where the scents of rose and lavender drift freely, mingling with the historical air that pervades the estate. This is a landscape crafted to offer solace to its royal inhabitants and awe to its visitors. Here, secluded pathways wind through green expanses, inviting one to wander and wonder in equal measure, to explore the carefully curated corners of nature's bounty. Historically, these gardens have witnessed countless private moments of the royal family. Children's laughter, echoing from behind hedges, quiet conversations beneath the shade of old oaks, and contemplative strolls through the autumnal hues. They have been shaped not only by the hands of skilled gardeners, but by the desires of kings and queens who sought refuge in their beauty. In spring, the gardens are a celebration of renewal, with tulips and daffodils standing tall, heralding the season's arrival. Summer sees the full bloom of majesty, as hydrangeas and roses adorn the landscape in a spectacle of vibrancy. In the quieter days of autumn, the leaves of ancient maples turn gold and russet, a regal gown laid down upon the paths that crisscross the gardens. Within these walls, the air carries a freshness that cleanses the weight of state duties that linger over the castle's occupants. It is in these gardens that one can perceive the subtle balance between the public demands of monarchy and the private need for nature's respite. The gardens are not just seen, they are experienced. Each visit a sensory journey through textures, colors, and scents that have been cherished and nurtured over generations. Winter cloaks the gardens in a solemn beauty, the bare branches dusted with frost, standing as silent sentinels over the slumbering flower beds. The stark beauty of this season adds a contemplative note to the garden's character, its dormant state a necessary pause in the cycle of growth and renewal. It is here in the royal gardens of Windsor that the continuity of nature's cycles offers a poignant metaphor for the monarchy itself, enduring, evolving, and forever rooted in the fertile ground of history and tradition. As dusk falls and the shadows lengthen, the gardens of Windsor are not merely observed. They are felt, a living, breathing presence that whispers the secrets of 1,000 years. Thus, the gardens of Windsor remain a cherished jewel in the crown of British heritage, a fusion of nature and craftsmanship that continues to enchant all who walk its paths. Here, the legacy of the past blooms alongside the flowers of the present, each petal and leaf a silent testament to the enduring allure of Windsor Castle's green heart. As night falls on Windsor Castle, the stone walls that have stood the test of time now stand silent under the moon's watchful eye. The day's last light fades, leaving behind the quiet majesty of this royal residence. It stands not just as a home to monarchs, but as a beacon of history, its legacy woven into the very fabric of the nation. Here the past and present merge in the quiet solitude of the night, inviting us to dream of kings and queens who walked these halls before us. As you approach Windsor Castle, the architectural grandeur begins to unfold layer by layer. The castle's formidable structure is crowned by the round tower, an iconic symbol of the medieval world, its silhouette striking against the sky. The lower ward adjacent to the round tower is home to St. George's Chapel, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. This chapel, with its intricate fan vaulting and stained glass, stands as a shrine not only to aesthetic beauty, but also to the long history of the Order of the Garter, England's oldest order of chivalry. The chapel's spires reach towards the heavens, a stone lacework of aspiration and reverence. Moving to the upper ward, you find the state apartments, each room a canvas of historical epochs. The grand staircase leading to these rooms is a spectacle of woodwork and stonemasonry, setting the tone for the opulent interiors that follow. Here, the fusion of Baroque and Victorian styles creates a visual narrative of the castle's evolution through the ages, each monarch adding their layer of style and substance. The semi-state rooms are a highlight of the architectural tour. These rooms, used extensively during the social season, are adorned with elaborate decorations and plush furnishings, reflecting the Victorian era's tastes and the technological advancements of the time, such as the lavish use of gas lighting. Not to be overlooked are the castle's private apartments. These areas, often redesigned to suit the tastes of each reigning monarch, provide a more intimate glimpse into the personal style and preferences of the royal family. From Queen Mary's love for chintz to Prince Albert's innovations in comfort and functionality, each modification tells a story of personal legacy and preference woven into the fabric of the castle's stone walls. The external architecture of Windsor Castle is a testament to strategic military history as well as aesthetic appeal. The castle's fortifications, including the massive curtain walls and robust towers, were built to withstand sieges and rebellions. Over time, These defensive structures have been softened by the addition of lush gardens and terraces, creating a blend of stern fortitude and gentle beauty. The horseshoe cloisters bring a sense of monastic tranquility to the bustling castle. This area, originally designed to house the military knights of Windsor, now serves as a picturesque courtyard, its arched colonnades framing views of the chapel and the tower, offering a peaceful retreat from the grandeur of the main castle. The Norman Gate, another architectural wonder, serves as both a practical entryway and a decorative feature. Its robust design includes murder holes and a portcullis, reminding visitors of the castle's medieval purposes. Above the gatehouse rooms, once the quarters for the constable of the castle, now offer panoramic views of the surrounding parkland, a marriage of form and function that has adapted beautifully over the centuries. The terrace overlooking the Thames is a relatively modern addition that has quickly become a favorite spot for both royals and visitors. The terrace offers a splendid view of the river and the Great Park, providing a perfect backdrop for photos and a moment of reflection. The careful landscaping and architectural design ensure that this area blends seamlessly with the historical aesthetics of the castle, enhancing its grandeur. As we conclude our exploration of Windsor Castle's architectural marvels, the harmonious interplay between each era's contributions becomes apparent. From the medieval fortifications to the Georgian expansions and Victorian restorations, each layer of construction tells a part of the castle's ongoing story. Standing here among these silent stones, one can feel the weight of history and the beauty of architectural evolution that has shaped this royal residence through the centuries. Strolling through Windsor Castle is like walking through the pages of a history book. Each stone pathway and archway whispers stories from centuries past, inviting visitors to step back in time. As you wander through the courtyards, imagine the countless figures of history who once walked these same paths, from knights in shining armor to queens in regal attire, each adding their chapter to the castle's long and storied history. Within these walls, the narrative of England's monarchy unfolds. The castle has been a witness to both triumph and tragedy, hosting lavish ceremonies and enduring sieges and scandals. Each room offers a glimpse into the lives of those who shaped the course of British history, from the strategic meetings of military leaders to the private moments of royal families, making the castle a dynamic archive of the nation's past. The castle's role in wartime is particularly poignant. During World War II, Windsor Castle served as a refuge for the royal family, a safe haven from the bombings that devastated London. The resilience of this fortress is palpable in the underground chambers and fortified rooms, which provided shelter and security during those turbulent times. These spaces, now silent, once echoed with the concerns and strategies of a nation at war. Exploring further, you encounter St. George's Hall, a grand chamber with a beautifully crafted ceiling adorned with the coats of arms of every knight since the Order of the Garter was founded. This hall has been the setting for countless state banquets and official receptions, each event contributing to the tapestry of British ceremonial tradition. The intricate details and grandeur of the hall encapsulate the splendor and solemnity of the monarchy's public engagements. The Waterloo Chamber is another historical gem within the castle, created to commemorate the British victory at Waterloo. Portraits of the key figures from the Napoleonic Wars line the walls, a gallery of heroes who played roles in shaping the modern map of Europe. Standing in this room, one can almost hear the echoes of the celebratory toasts and the strategic discussions that took place among these portraits. The castle's library is a treasure trove of knowledge, housing an extensive collection of rare books and manuscripts collected by monarchs over centuries. This quiet space is a historian's dream, filled with the personal annotations of kings and queens who pored over these volumes, seeking wisdom in the written word. The library not only reflects the intellectual pursuits of the monarchy, but also serves as a cultural repository that has preserved priceless works for posterity. A poignant part of the castle's history is its role in personal tragedies and national crises. The fire of 1992, which ravaged parts of the castle, is a recent chapter in its long history of challenges. The restoration that followed not only repaired the damage but also revitalized areas of the castle, blending modern safety features with the historical aesthetics, a testament to the resilience and adaptive spirit of the monarchy. The chapel houses tombs and memorials of 10 monarchs, including Henry VIII and Charles I, each marked by exquisite statuary and marble craftsmanship. These silent stone effigies tell tales of power, betrayal, and the eternal quest for legacy, making the chapel a solemn space of reflection and respect for the lives that have shaped the course of British history. In the gardens, the narrative shifts from the architectural and historical to the natural and serene. The meticulous landscaping around the castle reflects the changing tastes of the monarchy over the centuries, with each garden design element representing the preferences of the reigning king or queen. These gardens have been the backdrop for royal leisure and public ceremonies, a green oasis that complements the stern stone of the castle's walls. As your walk through Windsor Castle concludes, the layers of history from the medieval to the modern weave together into a singular, enduring narrative. This castle is not just a residence or a fortress, but a living museum, a custodian of stories that continue to fascinate and inspire. Each visit uncovers new details and deeper connections, enriching the visitor's understanding of the past and its continuous influence on the present and future. As you move deeper into the heart of Windsor Castle, you approach the grandeur of St. George's Chapel, the setting for the illustrious ceremony of the Garter, one of the oldest and most prestigious orders of chivalry in the world. This storied ceremony, steeped in pageantry and honor, has taken place annually since the medieval era, weaving a thread of continuity and tradition through the fabric of British history. Each year, the ceremony attracts numerous visitors who come to witness this regal tradition firsthand. In the hushed reverence of the chapel, the air thick with the scent of polished wood and ancient stone, you can envision the colorful procession of knights and ladies, adorned in their ceremonial robes and insignia. The vibrant blues and rich velvets of their attire contrast starkly against the solemn grey of the chapel's interior, creating a spectacle of visual splendor that has enchanted onlookers for centuries. The visual magnificence of the event complements the solemnity and historic significance of the ceremony. The origins of the Order of the Garter hark back to the chivalric ideals of King Edward III, who was inspired by the tales of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. The ceremony symbolizes the core values of truth, honor, and knightly virtue, principles that have resonated within these walls and influenced countless generations. It's a reflection of the romantic and idealistic nature of England's medieval monarchy, which continues to capture the public's imagination. During the ceremony, new knights are admitted into the order, each vowing to uphold the noble ideals of chivalry and service. The gentle clinking of medals and the soft rustle of feathers from the traditional black velvet hats fill the chapel as each knight steps forward, bowing before the sovereign in a solemn pledge of loyalty and courage. This moment is charged with a deep sense of duty and pride, palpable to all present. The highlight of the ceremony is the formal investiture, where the reigning monarch bestows the garter upon each knight. The garter itself, a simple band adorned with the emblem of the order, is a symbol of unity and mutual respect among the members. It is placed on the left leg, just below the knee, in a ritual that is both personal and profoundly meaningful. The moment is steeped in symbolism and the weight of history, resonating with the dignity of the occasion. Accompanying the ceremony is the majestic music of the chapel's choir, their voices rising in harmony to fill the soaring arches of the chapel. The music, specially composed for this occasion, adds an ethereal quality to the proceedings, echoing off the walls and lifting the spirits of all who listen. This musical accompaniment serves as a backdrop that enhances the sacredness and solemnity of the event. Following the investiture, the newly appointed knights join the procession around the chapel, their steps synchronized, echoing softly on the ancient stones. This ritualistic walk, observed by members of the royal family and distinguished guests, symbolizes the unity and shared purpose of the order, a moving spectacle of solidarity and historical continuity. The procession is a poignant reminder of the deep roots and the ceremonial traditions that bind the members together. As the ceremony concludes, the sense of timelessness is palpable. The setting sun casts long shadows through the stained glass windows, bathing the chapel in a kaleidoscope of light, transforming the solemn grey to a radiant array of colors that dance across the ancient stones, a daily renewal of beauty and inspiration. This interplay of light and shadow adds a dramatic element to the already captivating atmosphere of the chapel. Outside in the castle grounds, the ceremony continues to resonate. Visitors and spectators, moved by the spectacle, discuss the rich traditions they have witnessed, each person taking away a sense of connection to a history that is both grand and deeply personal. It's a moment that captures the imagination, leaving lasting impressions of awe and reverence. Many leave feeling a deeper connection to British history and a renewed appreciation for its cultural heritage. The ceremony of the Garter at Windsor Castle is more than just a historical ritual. It is a living link to the past, a celebration of ideals that are as relevant today as they were hundreds of years ago. As night falls and the last echoes of the ceremony fade away, the castle remains steadfast and serene, guarding the legacy of the knights and the timeless values they continue to uphold. This enduring ritual not only honors the knights, but also serves as a symbol of the unbroken line of history that runs through the heart of England. Strolling through the expansive gardens of Windsor Castle, you are enveloped by an atmosphere of serene beauty. These gardens, meticulously maintained and lovingly tended, are a testament to centuries of royal care and horticultural excellence. Each flower, each blade of grass tells a story of regal aesthetics and the personal interests of the monarchs who have walked these paths before, their preferences shaping the landscape's evolution. The gardens are not just a feast for the eyes, but also a sanctuary for the spirit, offering a space where history and nature intermingle seamlessly. As you wander the manicured lawns, bordered by vibrant flower beds and ancient gnarled trees, it's easy to imagine kings and queens of the past finding solace and respite among these same natural wonders. The soft rustle of leaves and the gentle murmur of the wind create a symphony of nature that has soothed royal and commoner alike, echoing through the centuries. Among the highlights is the famous East Terrace Garden, originally designed for Queen Charlotte in the 18th century. With its carefully arranged flower beds and the geometric precision of its layout, the garden is a masterpiece of design, reflecting the period's fondness for order and symmetry. Today it continues to draw admirers from around the world, each visitor captivated by its timeless elegance and the meticulous care evident in every clipped hedge and placed stone. As the sun sets, the gardens take on a magical quality, with the last rays casting golden hues across the landscape, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. The shadows lengthen, and the air fills with the heady scent of blooming flowers and lavender, contributing to the fragrant tapestry that enchants the evening air, beckoning visitors to linger in the twilight. In one corner of the gardens, a small secluded pond offers a mirror to the sky, its surface reflecting the changing colors of dusk. Water lilies float serenely on the water, and occasionally a fish breaks the surface, sending ripples across the pond. This spot, hidden away from the larger paths, offers a perfect place for quiet reflection, providing a secluded enclave for those seeking a moment of peace. The gardens also boast a variety of statues and fountains, each adding a layer of historical depth and artistic charm to the landscape. One particularly striking fountain, adorned with cherubs and sea creatures, has been the centerpiece of many royal celebrations. The sound of water cascading down its tiers adds a calming backdrop to the floral surroundings, creating an environment rich with visual and auditory delights. For those interested in horticulture, the gardens serve as a living classroom. Each section showcases different gardening styles and techniques from various eras, offering insights into the evolution of English garden design. The gardeners, often seen tending to their charges, are keepers of botanical knowledge, eager to share the history and characteristics of their flora with any curious visitor, making each encounter an educational experience. Autumn brings a fiery display of colors to the gardens, with the trees donned in vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows. This seasonal transformation is a favorite among photographers and painters who come to capture the natural beauty in its most dramatic form. The crisp air and the crunch of leaves underfoot make for a quintessentially royal autumn experience, celebrated annually with small gatherings and festive decor. Winter covers the gardens in a blanket of snow, transforming them into a quiet white wonderland. The stark beauty of bare trees and frost-covered flowers offers a different kind of allure, one that is peaceful and introspective. Even in the cold, the gardens retain their charm, standing as a testament to the endurance of nature, reflecting the resilience and adaptability of this historic landscape. As your walk concludes, the lasting impression is one of profound connection to the land, to history, and to the generations of those who have cherished and preserved this space. Windsor Castle's gardens and grounds are not just an escape from the everyday. They are a celebration of life, art, and the enduring human spirit that nurtures and grows in this royal soil, leaving visitors with a sense of wonder and reverence for the natural world. Windsor Castle has long been a cherished residence for Britain's modern royals, serving as both a home and a symbol of continuity amidst changing times. Its walls have witnessed countless private moments and public celebrations, tying the present day to the rich tapestry of history that defines the British monarchy. Each room, each hallway, whispers stories of recent kings and queens who have shaped the destiny of a nation while maintaining the traditions of their ancestors. Within the castle's venerable chambers, the modern royals have celebrated joyful occasions that have captivated the world and christenings that have introduced new generations to the legacy of their lineage. The grand halls, often filled with laughter and music, have seen the gathering of dignitaries and celebrities all coming together under the watchful eyes of portraits of monarchs long past, celebrating the ongoing story of the royal family. The castle's private apartments, less seen by the public but equally steeped in history, provide a sanctuary for the royals. Here, in the quiet calm away from the public gaze, the family shares meals, makes decisions, and enjoys precious moments of reprieve. The personal touches added over the years, a favorite vase, a cherished painting, make these spaces intimate reflections of the personalities that have shaped them. Windsor's role in royal duties remains significant. It is here that the monarch often hosts official state functions, showcasing British diplomacy and heritage. The grandeur of Windsor provides a fitting backdrop for these high-profile events, each one a pageant of tradition and ceremony that reinforces the bonds between the United Kingdom and nations around the world. Beyond the formalities, Windsor Castle offers the royals a connection to the natural world. The estate's vast parklands are places of retreat and play, where family members can escape the rigors of royal duty and enjoy the simple pleasures of outdoor life. The gardens, meticulously cared for, bloom with flowers that paint the landscape with vibrant colors, a private paradise guarded from the outside world. Windsor's St. George's Chapel holds a special place in the hearts of the royal family. This historic church has been the venue for many royal weddings and services, its Gothic architecture providing a solemn and majestic setting for events that are both personal and steeped in royal protocol. The chapel, with its ornate carvings and stained glass, stands as a monument to the family's enduring faith and commitment to their roles as the nation's spiritual leaders. Education and charity work, pivotal aspects of modern royal duties, are often planned within Windsor's study rooms and offices. The castle is a hub for planning charitable events that reflect the royals' commitments to causes such as environmental conservation, mental health, and education. These initiatives, often spearheaded by younger members of the family, show the dynamic evolution of royal responsibilities in response to contemporary issues. Holiday celebrations at Windsor are especially enchanting. Christmas at the castle is a spectacle of festive decor and traditional rituals, from the decoration of massive Christmas trees to the attendance of the royal family at the Christmas Day church service. These holidays bring together multiple generations under one roof, celebrating in the historic halls that have seen centuries of similar gatherings. As night falls on Windsor, the castle lights up, its silhouette a striking feature against the night sky. This view, seen from the long walk leading up to the castle, is breathtakingly beautiful, reminding all who see it of the enduring power and presence of the British monarchy. The castle not only stands as a home, but as a beacon of national pride and historical significance. In the quiet of the night, Windsor Castle stands solemn and majestic, a fortress of tradition and modernity. It is here that the royal family prepares to meet the challenges of tomorrow, inspired by the legacy of their forebearers and the responsibilities they carry forward. The castle, with its blend of personal significance and public spectacle, continues to be not just a residence, but a pivotal player in the story of the British monarchy. Within the grand walls of St. George's Hall, Windsor Castle comes alive with the splendor of state banquets. Imagine tables laden with silver and crystal, reflecting the gentle flicker of candlelight. Here kings, queens, presidents, and prime ministers have dined, surrounded by the rich tapestry of history that drapes the hall. Every year the castle embraces the festive spirit with a warmth that brightens the cold December days. The royal family gathers, continuing centuries-old traditions under twinkling lights and evergreen boughs that decorate the state apartments, creating a festive ambience that blends royal heritage with the joy of the season. The arrival of Easter marks a time of reverence and celebration at Windsor. In the sacred space of St. George's Chapel, the royal family joins congregants in solemn worship, the Gothic arches echoing with hymns and prayers, encapsulating the solemnity and the renewal that Easter brings to the faithful. On special days, the castle's rooms are filled with the nervous excitement of those about to receive honors. Knights and dames are made in ceremonies that trace back through the ages, each recipient walking in the footsteps of the valiant and the virtuous, their lives celebrated with the touch of a sword's blade by royalty. Windsor Castle has been the romantic backdrop for numerous royal weddings. The air within St. George's Chapel seems to shimmer with anticipation as brides and grooms exchange vows in a setting steeped in history, watched by the world, their promises weaving new threads into the fabric of the nation's heritage. The castle hosts heads of state with pomp and circumstance, the Union Jack fluttering alongside visiting nations' flags. These visits, filled with ceremonial pageantry, highlight Windsor's role as a key player on the global stage, where diplomacy is conducted amid the echoes of 1,000 years of history. Behind every glittering ceremony at Windsor is an army of dedicated staff. From florists to chefs, each plays a part in crafting the perfection that the world sees. This behind-the-scenes look emphasizes the meticulous planning and dedication required to maintain the castle, not only as a home but as a stage for national and international events. As the lights dim and the guests depart, Windsor Castle rests under the starlit sky. Those fortunate enough to attend events carry away memories of a night where they were part of history, part of the continuing story of a royal residence that has stood the test of time. Windsor Castle, through each state function and royal ceremony, reaffirms its place as a pillar of British culture and monarchy. Each event is a thread in the continuing tapestry of the castle's story, a narrative of resilience, adaptation, and elegance that promises to endure for generations to come. As our journey through the storied halls and expansive grounds of Windsor Castle concludes, we find ourselves enveloped in the tranquility that only such a historic place can offer. The castle, with its centuries of stories and the silent watch of ancient stones, invites us to linger in the twilight of its royal legacy. Here, amidst the shadows of towering turrets and the soft glow of lamplight that spills from leaded windows, the past meets the present. Each echo in the grand corridor, each whisper of the night wind through the battlements, serves as a gentle reminder of the continuous thread of history that Windsor weaves. As night deepens, the castle's gardens transform into a serene oasis. The fragrance of blooming roses and the subtle scent of lavender fill the air, blending with the earthy aroma of ancient oaks. This natural perfume creates a lullaby of scents that soothes the soul, inviting visitors and dreamers alike to a restful peace. In the quiet corners of the castle, the soft rustling of leaves and the distant call of an owl in the great park become a symphony of the night. These sounds, so timeless and soft, remind us that even in the quietest moments, Windsor is alive, breathing the same air of majesty as centuries ago. The plush interiors, with their velvet drapes and portraits of monarchs long gone, stand not just as remnants of history, but as sanctuaries of tranquility. Each room, curated with treasures from across the ages, whispers tales of days when they were the backdrop for decisions that shaped the modern world. Under the starlit sky, Windsor Castle does not merely stand. It reigns over the landscape, a sentinel of the ages. The stars, like scattered diamonds on the velvet cloak of night, watch over the castle, their light reflecting off the windows, mirroring the continuity of the universe and the enduring presence of this royal residence. Let the gentle breeze that dances through the turrets carry away the cares of the day, leaving behind only the warmth of stories well told and the comfort of historical embrace. As the castle settles into the embrace of night, it invites us to do the same, wrapping us in the soft, rich tapestry of regal dreams. Imagine the royal ghosts that roam these halls at night, their steps soundless, their presence comforting. They are the custodians of history, the silent witnesses to the lives and loves of those who have called Windsor home, reminding us that we are but a part of a larger, ongoing story. As you prepare to drift into your own slumber, think of Windsor not just as a castle of stone and wood, but as a living museum of dreams. Let it inspire your own dreams tonight, filled with the splendor of royal feasts, the intrigue of whispered secrets in ornate halls, and the timeless beauty of a castle touched by the ages. Finally, as sleep overtakes the horizon of consciousness, let Windsor Castle, with its enduring grace and whispered histories, guide you into a restful night. Dream of walking its vast halls, of exploring its luxurious gardens under the moonlight, and of experiencing the tranquility that has comforted souls for generations. Here in the embrace of Windsor, find the serene conclusion to our day's journey, a perfect, peaceful end.